It's the Laugh Smartly Show. Yes, again. Biff, Lucky, and Mr. Fun are ready. Supposedly.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Laugh Smartly with your hosts, Biff, Lucky, and Mr. Fun. Here we are another week, getting deeper into the summer.
It's hot.
You know, I'd say it's hot. Humidity's back. It kind of comes and goes. It's and thunderstorms starting to appear in the area, so it is definitely summer. Need to get the ocean water warmer. It's still a little chilly at the beach these days, but it's starting to feel like summer, which is great. Kids are getting out of school, right? High schoolers are getting out.
Oh yeah.
And elementary school kids. So it's all good. So good to see you guys. Rockfish let us in yet again with song and Mrs. Fun. One of the best things we ever did was get Mrs. Fun to lead us in for the show. So always good to do that. Scotty's Vodka. I see that on Lucky's head for those watching on YouTube. I see Scotty's Vodka. I've got a Tackle Up, tackleupbb.com. Lucky's got his Tackle Up t-shirt on. I actually have a Tackle Up under. I got a Laugh Smartly shirt, but I have a Tackle Up shirt under this. Remember, go to tackleupbb.com for your performance fishing wear and type in Laugh 15 for a 15% discount. So please do that. And then the final on the promotion front is Mr. Fun. If you'll scooch up a little bit, we can see his shirt. That's his Mr. Fun Guy Productions T-shirt. He's got a comedy showcase on June 16th, 7 p.m., BT Bethesda. Or BT's in Bethesda? Mr. Fun, I cannot hear you. You are lip syncing.
Come on out, listen to some music and laugh a bunch.
All right. Well, it's a great showcase. Hope to see hear about a lot of people going, and I know it'll be a great comedy and music showcase. Mr. Fun, since your mic is now on, do you have a joke of the week to start us off?
So this guy goes to the doctor, and he said, "Can I get a triple dose of Viagra?" And the doctor goes, "What?" And he goes, "I need a triple dose of Viagra." And he goes, "Why would you need that?" And he says, "Well, my wife's away. She's coming back on Sunday, and I'm going to have my girlfriend over on Friday and my ex-wife over on Saturday, and I need to perform greatly for all of them." And the doctor goes, "I'm not really comfortable with this. I mean, I'm worried about your health." And he goes, "Doc, I have no choice. I have to do it." So he goes, "All right, but I want to see you Monday and to make sure you're okay." So the guy comes back in on Monday. He's got his arm in a sling. And the doctor goes, "What the hell happened?" And he goes, "None of them showed up."
Okay.
Oh, come on. That diverts.
You think that's ever happened? Somebody broke their arm in self-pleasuring?
It was just strained.
Strained.
Okay.
Okay.
It was a strain. It was like tennis elbow. Almost. That's what the guy had. So hopefully he went to the right family doctor at that point in time with
exactly.
with the tennis. That's very good. So, I don't know.
Lucky, another one that I
what's that?
Thought of. So I met this guy. He was a mime, and I asked him what 10 minus 10 was, and he said nothing because he was a mime.
Okay. Thank you. That one probably deserves an okay.
Okay, good.
I did. Good.
We got a little bit of flack from Rockfish about Biff, you and I not laughing as jollily as we should, or whatever, as aggressively as we should to Mr. Fun's jokes.
It's a tough crowd.
What?
Yes. He sent an email to us saying, "Hey, you guys got to at least laugh harder, at his jokes, because we hurt his feelings or something like that. He may be less funny as a result of us not laughing."
He's not going to be less funny. We keep him on his toes. That's what I would say to Rockfish and Mrs. R, who do, they are very good. They are loyal listeners, right? Or super fans. We've done this this is our 180th episode. So we have, there's pluses and minuses. Even Mr. Fun, I think, would admit that on some of his jokes. But they are all very creative, and we do applaud him for that. And so we will endeavor to do better.
Very sensitive. The triple Viagra put the man in a sling. How is that hilarious?
I did. I laughed hard. I had never heard that joke before. So that's awesome. So
I either laugh inside, laughing inside, or I have my fake laugh. I can bring out too.
I'm going to point to you when I need the fake laugh. When my confidence is at a level.
Remember the early days of the show, we actually had a laugh button. just in case that we had the laugh button. Maybe I'll have
But
to
I
dig
often
that
have
back
to
out.
hit myself. I had to hit the laugh button myself.
That's good. So, well, Lucky, there's a couple of days I think this week you want to talk about.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Why don't we go through those?
Yeah, well, just a quick recap. Okay, so we did our host draft last week. Best 4-hour day at the beach. What 4 things you bringing? Mr. Fun's bring an umbrella, a towel, a cooler beer, and cell phone was an overwhelmingly big win for him.
Yes, I agree.
You and I got your charcuterie didn't get any votes. My cold cut subs and Cool Cabana didn't get any votes. Mr. Fun killed us. And I even surveyed California beach people.
Right.
Okay. And they were like, Mr. Fun's was by far the best. So
coast to coast. Coast to coast victory.
That's great. Well, congratulations, Mr.
Thank you. Thank you.
And also going back to Rockfish has a lot of commentary on the cookouts. He was sending us pictures of tomahawk steaks, thinking that's like, should have been one of our meats in our barbecue. That was a couple of weeks ago, but anyway. All right. So a couple things going on. We got this weekend, the air show's going on in Ocean City, which is a huge draw, really cool event. So Ocean City will be popping, I'm sure. Rehoboth Beach is starting their summer concert series this weekend as well. So look out for that. Ocean City is filled with high school seniors all over the place. The buses are packed. H2O, the club is bumping. The under 21 club.
How do you know that? How do you know that, Lucky?
Because I go out and do work. I do field work to basically bring this information back for the good of our listeners.
So let me ask you this question. Would you ever, because you both own places, you don't rent them, neither one of you do, but would you ever rent out your place during beach week? To
high schoolers?
Yes.
Well, there's a strategy with that. They jack up the prices, big security deposit. They make one small move, they're kicking them out. There's a strategy to it. But I'm not that mercenary, so I'd probably not even want to do it.
Yeah,
I'm less sentimentally tied to my home than I used to be. I used to think, I don't want anybody else living here. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
If the price was right, let's go. Let's have some fun. I just want an invitation.
You'll bump into Lucky if that were the case, if you got the invitation.
Yes.
There you go. The other big thing, and I'm sure Tackle Up is going to be, everybody's going to probably have Tackle Up gear, the 6th annual Tunas and Tiaras Lady Tuna Tournament. Mickey Finn's is in Ocean City is the central spot for that. So I'm sure that, there's all kinds of great Tackle Up gear that ladies are going to be wearing, doing their fishing. And
what date is that? Do you know? Is it the whole weekend or?
It's a Saturday. The event, I think the event's on Saturday.
I don't think I can participate. Biff, could you participate in the Tiara?
I maybe I can make it. But I have not been invited yet because I don't actually have my tiara's not back from the wedding.
It's a ladies fishing tournament. Men are not allowed to. Now
that's why I asked him if he was
not in this day and age.
Yes.
By the way, I had got to get my white pants done as well. So, Lucky, did you ever go deep sea fishing off the coast for tuna? Have you done that? Yeah, go out the 30 or 40 miles or however far it is on the shelf.
Yeah.
And do you enjoy doing that, or are you
I haven't done it in a long time. I remember, being seasick when I did it. I also did scuba dive, and I've done some deep sea offshore scuba diving. I do get sick. I do get pretty sick, so I need the Dramamine up and the bands up. Kind of thing.
So, and I don't remember, Miss Fun. Did you ever do it when we went all the way offshore?
Nope, never did the deep sea.
Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it, but there's some people that just to Lucky's point, it's got to be miserable to be seasick for 12 hours.
Yeah. Are there seagulls? Do seagulls go out that far?
They go pretty far. I'm guessing they may. Why is that, Mr. Fun?
I was just going to ask. Do you know what the last thing that goes through a seagull's mind when it's hit by a jumbo jet? It's ass.
Okay. All right. Quick thing on national days. It is this weekend. Get this. Is the anniversary in 1920, after several instances of children being mailed to family members, the U.S. Post Office makes an official announcement prohibiting children from being sent as pieces of parcel.
I think that's a good rule.
I think it's a good rule.
It's only 100 years ago. By the way, the car had been invented by that point in time. So they're talking about shipping kids in the mail.
Yeah.
So wonder what it cost.
That's right. I don't know. I'll have to look that up.
It was before mail order brides, right?
Ooh, very good.
Mail order kids.
They're mail order kids.
But we got Flag Day this weekend.
Wait. So... You know why? You know why it's called male and not female? Because if it was female, it would take too long to come.
Oh, geez.
That's
a good one.
Wow.
That's a pretty good one,
wow.
Mr. Fun.
Yeah, geez. I hope Rockfish laughs at that one.
Come through the mail. It takes a while.
Yeah, we got you. You don't have to keep digging. Don't keep digging.
Mails move faster.
Yes.
Yep. Quick one, National Flag Day. So everybody, make sure your flags are flying at full proud nature. Army was born in 1775. It's the 251st birthday of the Army. So
okay,
what it's not Semper Fi. That's for the Marine Corps. What is
that's
Army?
Marines. Army is oh my gosh, my dad was in the Army. I'm not sure there was a specific. Sure, I should know that. I suppose I will look it up at some point here while we're talking about other things. So good. Yep. Well, that's a lot going on.
Yep. All right. So first topic, a big one. And, we're a number of days away from your big weekend, Biff. We talked about this over the last couple of weeks, but you had a big wedding.
We did. My youngest daughter got married in Virginia. And so that was the last weekend. You both were in attendance with some other fraternity brothers in particular, obviously, and 190 other guests that we had. So it was a pretty good sized wedding. Great time. We had a wonderful time. Among other things going on in that, I did on the rehearsal dinner wore white pants, which then got sent around, and I got crushed by several people with the picture of white pants went around. But it was just fine. But it was appropriate. It was a that sort of themed, in terms of casual cocktail party theme. The big news for me in the wedding, besides my daughter getting married, the weather turned out to be great. My 90-year-old father might have been the star of the show.
He was could he make us look any worse on the dance floor? The guy tore it up.
Yeah, I remember having the conversation with my dad because we had arranged transportation with buses and things like that. And I said, Dad, the early shuttle's at 9:00. If you want to get out, he goes, I think we're going to stay. I think they left at 5 to 10 or something like that. It was a solid 3 hours of dancing that my dad and my stepmother.
Is he a drinker? Did he have a few cocktails in it?
He didn't have much. My dad doesn't drink a ton anymore, which is probably a lesson for many of us. Yeah. But one of the guests, Dennis C. from Bethesda, commented that my looking over and seeing my stepmother singing the lyrics to "Shook Me All Night Long" by AC/DC was something that was surreal to him at that point in time.
That's awesome.
But it was great. It was a great celebration for now my daughter has the same initial for her last name, but Christy M is now Christy M again with her husband Ben M, currently of Alexandria, Virginia. They flew off to Croatia the next day, so they are currently relaxing on the Adriatic in Croatia. It looks beautiful. I saw some photos today.
Awesome. All right. Well, in honor of the wedding and you spending all this time as father of the bride, we're going to do a David Letterman late night top 10 things we learned from Biff as father of the bride.
Okay.
All right. You ready? What's the drum? Do we need a drum roll or something like that? Anybody got that?
I think Biff should talk you through it like Letterman used to do. He would say at number 10.
Okay. I got no drum roll, but let's start with number 10, Lucky. At number 10.
Number 10. It was a good idea to cancel Mr. Fun's 10-minute stand-up routine and make sure the great band had time for more songs to play.
Okay, let me come back to jokes and Mr. Fun at the end of this list.
Okay. Number 9. you almost need a PhD in logistics to make sure everyone ends up in the right place at the right time. Biff, you were like,
that is correct.
You have like everybody knew where they were, what time they needed to be there, everything.
Yep.
Number 8, it is true that a key to a great wedding are the 3 Bs. The band was amazing. The bar was, of course, awesome. And the bride was beautiful. Yep. So the 3 Bs were true. Number 7, it's okay to shed a tear. We learned from Biff. And explain it away with, I'm not crying, you're crying.
Yes, that's right. My daughter and I shared a tissue.
Yeah.
The same tissue as we were both crying at the same time when we were doing the father-daughter dance.
I saw that.
Yeah. Number 6, wedding cake is actually overrated.
We didn't have one, so that makes
it
very overrated.
We're about to have one.
Yeah.
That's something that is not required at a wedding.
And I was on the dance floor so long that I actually forgot that we had desserts, and I never had one.
Wow.
Never got a dessert. Yep.
Okay. Number 5, a great guest list composition makes the event. It was so good to see and meet so many Laugh Smartly fans together in one place. But, it was a wedding, and it was, Ben and Christy, but it was also, it feel like a Laugh Smartly convention. All the fans.
We had a couple super fans, Freddie from Virginia Beach and Rich from Charlottesville. Photos with us. If we could have had autographs, we would have done autographs. But they, among other people, and we picked up some new ones. Kevin K from Bel Air is going to listen to the show. Mark M from Bel Air, Maryland, as well, are going to listen to the show. So very excited about that.
Yep. Number 4, the 4th thing that we learned from Biff as father of the bride. Make sure you have a large wad of $100 bills to grease the skids for any last-minute needs. I saw Biff peeling off hundreds left and right.
I did it to the bus driver. I quickly did that as he said he wasn't going to make a stop at the after party, and the money came flying out like I had that much money to burn.
He didn't start with hundreds. I heard him say to the bus driver, "Well, Mr. Lincoln, change your mind?" The bus driver was like, "No."
All right. Number 3, cool bridesmaids make the after party event so much fun. It was cool to see them all jump into the pool with their dresses on.
They did do that.
That was a highlight.
Yep.
Okay. Number 2 of the things we learned from Biff as father of the bride, the wedding budget is just a rough estimate.
It's like a renovation budget on a house.
Yeah. It's just, it's a number, and then you sort of move into it, plus or no minus, of course. It never comes under.
Yeah,
right?
There is never a minus. There is no minus, that's for sure.
And the number 1 thing that we learned from Biff as father of the bride, it was awesome to see 2 great people say their forever I do's in front of their family and friends. Congrats to Ben and Christy on their big day, and best wishes for a happy wedding.
Congrats. Awesome.
That's awesome. So you made the joke, you made the comment about Mr. Fun's, no 10-minute stand-up routine. What I did notice with Mr. Fun is him trying out different jokes or the same joke, the workshopping his jokes to different groups of people. And he was thrilled by the fact that there weren't any people that heard the joke previously. So he'd walk over to the next group and just workshop his joke. It was something to behold. And then
my poor wife just followed me around from one. Said, let me test this on you. And I just go to the next group. It was bad.
The other one is Mrs. Biff tells me that Mr. Fun comes out of the restroom at one point, and there were these light wand thingies or whatever that for the dance floor. And he comes out of the restroom and says to Mrs. Biff, "I'm sorry, me and Mrs. Fun have to go home now." And she goes, "What are you talking about?" And looks down, and he's got the light wand out of the fly of his pants.
Oh, geez.
I didn't even realize that that was the light wand.
Yeah.
Just thought I was happy to be there. Really.
But it was a great time. I'm glad, again, it couldn't have been any better. And
I'd like to say that your speech was awesome, and you left a lot of future fathers of the bride sort of dumbfounded how they can possibly create something that's special. I mean, there were a lot of people upset with you.
Yeah.
Well, when we have 2 daughters, Mr. Fun, when we go, we'll just dust off Biff's speech and change some words and go. We got it.
It could be like a Mad Lib, like just cross out one word and put in the other.
Exactly. So good.
All right, so very good. All right. Also, this weekend, we sort of blew past it, but this past weekend was the Belmont. and Golden Tempo won. Golden Tempo, I think, also won the Kentucky Derby, right?
Right. So, and it was Belmont was run. I guess this is the third year. And forgive me, I had missed this up at Saratoga, so upstate New York, which is a very historic track. Which the reason I want to talk about this, and I think we briefly talked about it before, if not, is the fact that rarely has a Triple Crown been won, right? But recently, the Kentucky Derby winners have been passing over the Preakness Stakes because it's too soon after the Kentucky Derby. So they punt on the Preakness and then they go to the Belmont. In this case, Golden Tempo won 2 of the 3. So the question is, does it? I guess you can only get from this that all they care about is really winning the Derby, because that's what the stud fees are based on, right? You win the Kentucky Derby. But the problem is are they robbing us of something historic, which they don't owe us anything. I will grant you that. But it's something that was always seen as historic, or as winning the Triple Crown.
Yeah.
So should they think about jacking the purse up to pick a number, $100 million, whatever it is, to make it something that's so big that they can't skip the second race?
I think, the Derby is the best, or I'm sorry, the
Right.
biggest of the 3 races. And that's, you take all the tradition at Churchill Downs and whatnot. But they do build up this Triple Crown concept. And if they're never going to deliver on it, then it's
Can they tier it? Like if you win 2 of the 3, you make this amount. If you win 3.
Well, I mean, the thing I've heard, and I get, and I can get it, because you've got, much like human athletes, right? These are well-trained machines, and if they don't get their rest, it's a problem that they can get injured. I can completely get that. But if it's the issue of racing not every 2 weeks, why don't they make it every 3 weeks? Or make it, you could run 3 races over an 8-week period, week 1, week 4, and week 8, and get it so you can run the Triple Crown. Because I would think that if you ran the Triple Crown and you won it, much like Secretariat did, and is known as one of the greatest athletes of all time, endeavors, not just it's animal versus human. It doesn't matter. It just says that is that you get that opportunity to put it into into history, and it just seems like we're missing out on something. It's just
like these great thoroughbred racehorses that we see at the Preakness win. How many races do they race in their lifetime? Is it like only a handful now?
Some of them peel off and race. Other are studded out, and that's their main job. They don't race after that. But do you see winners continue to race? I don't think they go past like 7 years old. I think that's about the
Do they
age.
ever come back the next year?
No.
To what?
They're only 3-year-olds, right? They're running the races. They're 3-year-olds.
That's a rule.
That's a rule. They can only be 3 years old.
Wow. Why only 3-year-olds?
That's a history or something like that.
Hey, do you guys know what you call a horse rider who celebrates before he crosses the finish line? A premature jockeyulation. A premature jockeyulation. That's what it's called.
Oh, geez.
It's actually, I don't know if you made that up. It's very creative.
Just like horses have to practice before they run the big race, you got to practice the joke before you come to the big race.
I didn't have a chance to workshop that at the wedding.
Yeah, you really. I don't know why. But anyways, I think, again, we missed out on something. It's good for Golden Tempo. Did it again. Came from the back of the field to win this race, and has proven that the horse is one of the best. But you can't say it is the best because they didn't run the 3 races. I just think that's one of the things. But anyway, so that's what we have.
Okay, and another sports-related news item. I don't know if you guys have been following this, but I've been getting bombarded in my social media feeds with these little clips of there's this woman, Kelsey Fendler. She is attempting to be the first American woman and the youngest woman to solo row from California to Hawaii, which is an amazing hardcore feat, which is mind-boggling to me. It's 2,400-mile journey from Monterey, California, and she's trying to end up in Hawaii, somewhere in Hawaii, and she's doing it solo by herself. And it's roughly going to take her there is a record for this. There's a woman who holds the record, 86 days. But can you imagine being in the middle of the Pacific Ocean for 86 days plus by yourself in a boat?
Right, rowing.
Wow,
it's crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy. I'm not sure I could row, a mile straight. By the way, you ever really spent time in a rowboat?
Like on the lake where there's no, like, the water's calm.
Yeah, but you ever gone in a straight line in a rowboat? It feels impossible.
Yeah.
It's like you're rowing back because you're rowing backwards, right? And you just seem to turn everywhere. It's like, how does she know to keep it straight?
Well, so it's a tricked out, it's called the Rannoch R25. It was built in 2019. It's an ocean rowing boat. The thing's named Lily. It's 21 feet in length and 5.5 feet wide. It's about a 730-pound boat. So It's a big thing, and it's tricked out with all kinds of electronics to keep her on track. She's got this, sensor thing that, like, so she doesn't get hit by other, ships and stuff like that.
Yeah.
She's got all kinds of, like, water. She's got some thing that takes seawater, makes it into drinking water, that kind of thing. But it is just an amazing feat. I think she's roughly like 30 something days into it. I watch it's probably a little less, 20ish days. And she posts a daily, little clip of what she's up to. Her face is all red. Her hands are all blistered up.
Right.
I mean, it is crazy.
Did you leave from that city in California that's named after the waffle left on the beach? San Diego.
Oh, jeez.
Listen, this is funny though. There was a guy. He was on vacation from California, and he was in Hawaii, and he's walking down the beach, and he comes upon a what do you call that? A jar, whatever, a thing, and he rubs it, and a lamp, and a genie pops out of it, and says, "Can I grant you a wish?" And he goes, "It took me forever to get here from California. Can you build a road can you build a road from here to California?" And the genie goes, "Of course not. It's 2,400 miles, and it would have to go across the Pacific Ocean." And she goes, what else can I grant you? And he goes, "Okay, I want the ability to read a woman's mind and always say things that make her happy. Even if she's upset, I want to be able to make her happy. And I want her to recognize how sensitive I am to that and really appreciate me." And the genie says, "You want it to be a 2-lane highway or 4-lane?"
That's good.
Very good.
That's very good. So have you, Mr. Fun, you ever seen the sign when you leave Ocean City?
What sign?
There's a sign that says Sacramento, California, I forgot the mileage. It's something like 2,400, 100 miles when you leave Ocean City, because it's US 50, ends in Sacramento. It starts in Ocean City and ends in Sacramento. And I've been on the other side of that road in Sacramento, which is cool.
And it says Ocean City, Maryland?
Yeah.
You could literally drive it.
Yeah, you can. Now, some parts it becomes the interstate at some parts, but yeah, you can literally drive it. Like it goes through D.C., right? It goes through, then goes through West Virginia and Midwestern states. It was one of the first cross country roads.
It's cool.
That's crazy. So that's
really cool.
So this Kelsey Fendler is basically rowing across the country.
Good for Kelsey.
2,400 miles. But if you want to follow her, her website is yourowkelsey.com. And it's a cool feat. She's going to be doing it for probably the next 60 days or whatever. Keep an eye on what she's doing there. So I thought it was cool. All right. And again, we saw a lot of our fans this weekend. They love our host drafts. So I was like, okay, should we make this a weekly thing? I think, for the time being we are. So I came up with another host draft. It's called Let's Go to the Movies and See a Quadruple Feature. Okay. Remember, triple features used to be a big deal, but now we're seeing the quad. Our 4, best movies, our favorite movies. Okay.
All right.
All right. And I get to go first this week. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead. You're going to go second, Mr. Fun. You get to go the turn. Okay. For my number 1 movie, I'm taking in honor of Flag Day and the birth of the Army. I'm going with Saving Private Ryan. It's my number 1 favorite movie.
Oh, nice. Very good. Very good. I am going Ferris Bueller's Day Off because His actual day off was last week. It was June 5th, 1985. That's the day he took off. And the movie was released the 40 years ago on June 11th, 1986. And
Wow.
it's just a great, so there's a symmetry with that and a reason for doing it from between 1986 and 2026. So that is my first movie.
Okay, good one. Mr. Fun, you get the third and fourth picks. What's
And
your
the
favorite
movie
movies?
that probably moved me the most, had me so pumped up after I saw it for the first time, was Rocky, the original Rocky.
Okay. Really good.
Very good.
Really good. All right.
And what do you got for the next one?
Oh, you know what movie I could watch a million times? I hate to say it because it's not, Animal House. I love the movie Animal House.
Okay.
That's a great movie.
Good.
Okay, Biff, you get to go.
You got to go Summer. Jaws.
Jaws.
Jaws is a great movie. It's a movie that's held up really well for what is one of the first sort of blend of suspense and maybe even a little bit of horror because of some of the gruesome scenes in it.
It usually is in the top 10 of horror movies, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so I get to go. Too. I'm going one of my favorite sci-fi movies, or that is my favorite sci-fi movies. One of my top movies is Aliens, the second Aliens with Sigourney Weaver. Love that movie. I can watch that movie anytime it's on TV from start to finish. Or bang it out. So Aliens is my number 2 pick, and then number 3, I'm going with this is one of my favorite movies. It's probably not on the lot of the top lists, but Lost in Translation with Bill Murray and Scarlett
your
Johansson.
girl. Yeah, it's Scarlett Johansson. That's where it all started.
Wow.
I'm actually going to go, I'm going to go with another John Hughes movie because Ferris Bueller was the other one. I'm going to go with 16 Candles.
It's good.
Oh, come on.
I just think
Really?
that's a great movie.
A lot of girls like that movie.
I tried to introduce 16 Candles to my kids, so they were teenagers, and we were like, let's have a movie night. I'm like, okay, we're going to watch 16 Candles. The first scene is like nakedness, like hardcore frontal nudity.
Right?
Yeah, well, that's well, they're not surprised you picked that movie out. So anyway,
I forgot that it was like that. Anyway, all right, 16 Candles. Mr. Fun, what do you got? You got 2 picks.
I'm going with The Godfather.
Good one.
And I'm going with I hate doing 2 in a row. The Godfather and what was the original Star Wars movie called?
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Yeah.
So the very first one.
Yeah, whatever that. The Rebel.
No. Very first one was Star Wars. Then it was Empire Strikes Back, and then whatever.
Revenge of the Jedi.
The Jedi. So it's Star Wars was the very
Star
first
Wars.
One.
Okay.
That's a good one.
All right. So, Mr. Fun, you got Rocky, Animal House, Godfather, and Star Wars. I think all 1970s movies, right?
That's when I watch movies.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Biff, what's your last selection?
I'm going to go because I anytime it's on, and if I happen to be flipping channels, Shawshank Redemption.
Oh,
yeah, that's
great
a good
movie.
I think it's a good movie. I'd always watch for it. I'd watch it.
What's the movie where the kid is, I want my $2?
Oh, we were talking about that.
It's such a good movie. I like that and the pizza boy or the pizza delivery boy.
It's a John Cusack movie, the one with I Want My $2. I forgot the name of it.
All right, my last pick, Shawshank was on my list. I like that, but I'm a big fan of Good Will Hunting. Great movie.
Great.
Yeah, very good movie.
All right, so I have Good Will Hunting, Lost in Translation, Aliens, and Save It Private Ryan. Biff's got 16 Candles. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, 16 Candles, Jaws, and Shawshank Redemption. Some great movies. So we'll see.
I mean, all 4 of those are yours. And then what does Mr. Fun have?
Mr. Fun, Rocky, Animal House, Godfather, and Star Wars.
They're all good movies. Yeah, I mean, they're all good movies. It's going to be, people are nitpicking, I think, at that point on host drafts.
We should
really
do like best comedies one time because that's fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So at contact@laughtsmartly.com, I'd love to hear your feedback on who has the best draft. So hey, thanks.
When we were talking about people we met at the wedding, I have I'm a big fan of Freddie. This guy shows up at the wedding. Yeah. And you know how you look at people and like they're the center of attention and everybody, is watching what they're doing and you're kind of like, oh, this guy's obnoxious. Freddie pulls it off. Freddie is the center of attention. He's a fun guy who just, I could see all his friends from college and everybody in the wedding gravitate towards him. Good sense of humor and a super fan. So I'm a fan of Freddie's.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I met him, I think, right when he was in college, as a matter of fact. So he's got Emily B, who is Rich's daughter, is his girlfriend.
Yeah,
she is a very successful lawyer right now. So, but Freddie's a really good guy, and he was thrilled. He met me he saw me again, on Friday, and met you guys, which he was over the moon meeting.
He wore sunglasses and had a tie around his forehead while he was dancing on the dance floor. And most of the time, you would think down on a guy like that. I wanted to beat him. I wanted to beat Freddie. Freddie, be careful though. You can go right up against it. You'll offend a few people in your life, but keep doing what you're doing, my man. Keep doing what you're doing.
All right. Very good. All right. Couple things. Guys, I've been fascinated with. We've talked AI and humanoid robots for basically the last 3 years. I think I would give us some props for being out in front of the news on these topics. But got a couple updates. I want to get your take on these couple of these trends that are going on. Okay, the first one. So there's a company now. They're called Shift. And they're basically, what they're trying to do is, in their words, they're trying to get to master the last mile of what humanoids, computer robots would be doing in the future world, and it's things inside the house. There are a lot of people who have robots that are working in factories and robots to do other things, but it's the things in the house that are the hardest things to do, because humans are doing most of these things, whether it's cleaning, cooking, those kinds of things, taking care of your kids, I don't know, taking the dog for a walk, those kinds of things. So they did an interesting thing in New York City just recently. They basically put an ad out and said, we're going to give you free house cleaning, which is really, getting your house clean these days, probably $250. And the only catch was the cleaners were wearing head-mounted cameras, record footage of doing dishes, mopping floors, folding laundry, so that they could use that data to train robots to do it in the future.
Okay.
Wow.
Which I thought was cool.
I just don't know how. Think about that. Seems like it would be so far off to do, right? For a robot to do it, right? Let's call it cleaning the toilet, right? Cleaning not just the inside the bowl, but the base of the toilet where it meets the floor. That sort of stuff.
Yeah.
That they're going to get these robots to do those kind of really, really the minutia in a sense.
Sure.
It's going to be hard to do because it's the data points. It's got to take a lot of data points to do that. To your point,
yeah,
it's got to take forever.
Yeah, they're trying to be the company that is working on end-to-end physical AGI. Which is AGI is like when robots are in fact equal to humans in terms of whether it's intelligence or doing something. This company is trying to be that company. The company is called Macro AI AGI, which is Shift is a subsidiary of it, and it's these Formula One aerodynamic engineers that are running this, and there's these super smart guys, and they're trying to master this. But it was cool that they got all of this publicity in New York City with this big launch video, to get, hey, let us clean your house for free.
I would do that.
All these people,
I like anything free. Anything free, I like.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Mr. Fun.
They can never do it though. The communication. I remember there was a story about this house cleaner maid who went to the wife and said, "I want an enormous raise." And she said, "Why do you think you deserve an enormous raise?" And she said, "Because I cook better than you." And she said, "Who told you that?" And she says, "Your husband." And then she's so mad, the wife, and she goes, "And I also clean better than you." And she goes, "Did my husband tell you that too?" And she goes, "Yeah." And she goes, "And also, I have sex better than you." And she goes, "Who told you that?" And she goes, "It was your physical trainer." And so she got the big raise.
Okay.
You get it? You get it?
Okay.
No pressure to laugh.
Yeah.
I'm laughing inside.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Get this one. This is a crazy one. So this was, I read an article about, they were checking in on predictions of that were made like 10, 15, 20 years ago about robot companions. And basically looking forward to, back 10, 15, 20 years ago, they were saying, okay, in 20 years, robots are going to be able to be this, do this for, be this kind of companion, do these kinds of things. Okay. So companion also encompassed, besides, interaction, sexual activity. And so this article I read was featured a lot of the modern, where modern technology is with the sex robots.
Right.
Okay. Because that's a large part of companionship, especially for men, right? Like, anyway. So they featured this guy. His name was Adam Davis. He's got 3 identical sex dolls in his house. One lives in his bedroom, one in his living room, and one has a bedroom all of her own. They're all the same woman. They're 5'6", 85-pound silicone doll named Lara, named after Lara Croft on the Tomb Raider show. This guy. Okay. Sometimes she watches him play video games, watches movies or nap. Sometimes they talk for hours with help from he's got her voice in like this disconnected from the dolls coming out of the computer. And sometimes they do sex stuff, although he hasn't had sex with his robots for a year because he's trying to recover from his porn addiction.
Oh, well, no, this seems like a bad choice to recover from a porn addiction. Exactly. 3 sex robots.
Yes. These robots cost $2,500. They're Chinese. Okay. And there are, but they are, because he bought these 3 robots at different times, and he's comparing and contrasting the different features and functions of these robots. Like the one he bought, the latest, has better features and functions than the first one. But they are working on for like some of the doll head prototypes. They've taken out the oral sucking motors so that they can put in AI voice. So they're trading sucking for talking.
Which would you prefer? I'm just curious. Which would you?
Yeah.
Is this a true story or a dream that you had?
This is a true story. This is what the robot companion market has going on. But here's the thing.
Can this guy possibly have a job in life? Who would hire this whack job? I mean, where does this guy get this money to buy? Where does he get money for $7,500 worth of sex robots? This guy?
I don't know.
And why does the one girl get her own bedroom? That's BS.
She must be the modern one.
Okay, really?
Like, that's all the features. But so a decade, I mentioned like all these predictions that were made, 10, 15, 20 years. 10 years ago, there was a Daily Sun article, which I think is a UK publication, that they predicted that women will be having more sex with robots than men by 2025, which isn't really happening.
Huh.
So,
yeah.
But these sex robots are starting to become more mainstream. They're out people are purchasing them. The companies are making decent money off of them. But there's a new market for these that like everybody wants the blonde robots, the big boob robots, the ones that have some of the cool features and functions.
Everybody wants those.
Yeah. But there's a niche market that people sometimes want elf looking sex robots.
The more you talk, the more demented the story becomes.
Yeah. Well, this is what people want. They don't. Yeah. I mean, it's one thing to get it with a hot sex robot, blonde hair, big boobs, all that kind of thing. But some people have, different, sort of fetishes, and they like the elf stuff.
Go back to, if you have this hot robot, why would you want it to talk?
Because some people like to chit chat before and after. I don't know.
If I come home and Mrs. Fun has a robot man, naked robot man, I'm out of there.
Okay. I'm glad you mentioned that, Mr. Fun. Okay, there's a guy, Cliff Jensen. He is a 37-year-old award-winning porn star and an OnlyFans model.
Right.
Okay. And he is working with a company to create a sex doll in his image.
Sure.
Okay. And he's been working.
Is it Cliff Jensen?
Cliff Jensen.
Cliff Jensen. Okay.
Yep. Okay. For 3 years, he's been working with this Chinese company to evolve a doll that looks like him.
Right.
The first time the first prototype, the penis was too small, and he's like, he sent it back.
It was made in China.
Yeah.
True.
So they've iterated,
right,
so that the latest version of them is it has different penis sizes for those who can't take the biggest version of the one that comes with it.
Right.
It does have an AI voice. It has it has lips and a mouth, so you can kiss him. So, which is pretty cool. But to demonstrate that these dolls are fun and they work well, he actually had sex with himself in some kind of orgy scene, and people were like, it really did a good job like selling the robot. I'm not joking.
That noise you're hearing, the audience is hearing right now, is me and Biff with our jaws.
Yeah. It might be the most heavily researched article in the history of Laugh Smartly.
Story. So the Chinese had multiple Cliff Jensen Johnsons that they could. You could attach and you unattach and reattach them, or you only got one Johnson.
No, they come with different sizes.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. But the big market now, like to get the sex.
I have more questions. And he had sex with himself.
Yes.
What does that mean?
No, in an orgy. No, there was another woman and two guys, is what it sounded like.
It was him and him.
It was him and somebody, presumably a woman. That's what he did.
Okay.
But just so you know, if you're in Berlin, there's a place called the Side Brothel, and you can rent a room. It has one of 19 different dolls in the room, and you can get the ones with the big boobs, or you can get the mermaid one, or the alien one, or the goblin one. But they say that is like what's going to open up the market is people go on bachelor or bachelorette parties and go to these places where these dolls are.
If that's a question.
Lucky, I just have a question. Aren't you going to Germany in October?
Okay.
I just want to make sure.
Where, like, we send you throughout the week. We expect you to do a little research and find interesting things to talk about. Where exactly did you find that particular article?
These articles, I do a lot of research.
I understand.
Okay? I'm in a lot to different places.
I understand.
And I pick, and I'm trying to bring things that are going to
This is incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible. I wish I was more prepared. I have no joke. My joke was, hey, where can I find where can you find a companion? I'm asking for a friend. That's what I went with.
There you go. Well, and Mr. Fun, we are literally at the point.
Stop it.
Where we're going to have to get the last joke.
Stop it.
Hopefully. It is. This might go down in the history of the show as one of the more interesting stories we've ever had.
Okay, it's a joke you guys heard years ago, but there's three little people, and they go to New York City because they know they have a chance of getting into the Guinness Book of World Records. And they get measured, and they're not even close to being the littlest people. So the one guy says, I still want to get in the Guinness Book of World Records. I think I have the smallest feet. So he goes in the back, and he comes out. He's raising his hands. He goes, I'm number one, smallest feet. And then the second guy goes, I think I have the smallest ears. And he comes out, and he's like, I'm number one. I have the smallest ears. And then the third guy comes out. And the third guy goes, I think I have the smallest penis. And he goes in the back, and he comes out, and he goes, who the hell are Biff and Lucky?
Okay.
I think you told that one in like our first year somewhere.
I know. I was under pressure.
It's a good one.
It is a good one. So, Lucky, I can't imagine what they might ask us questions about based on this episode. But how can they get a hold of us?
Okay, contact@laughsmartly.com. We take emails. We love emails. I love ideas. Got questions about this? Or the host draft, or whatever, the sex dolls. I don't know. Just bring them on. We'll handle them next week.
That's awesome.
I have so many questions. I just need some time to put my thoughts together.
To process it. So, again, as we often say, please like, subscribe, share if you're either listening to us on a podcast platform or watching us on YouTube. Share being the most optimal thing for us. If you're listening to us on WGMD's 98.5, the Talk of Delmarva, thank you for doing that as well. Whether at 10 p.m. on Saturdays or 3 p.m. on Sundays, it's always great to get feedback from those that are listening to the show live. So, anyways, great to see you guys as always.
And again,
thank you. Yeah, a lot of fun. And thank you, everybody, for listening. And we will look forward to doing it again next week. Until then, let me just say thank you and goodbye.
That was the best.
Laugh Smartly is a production of Laugh Smartly Industries. Please subscribe, like, and share wherever you listen and watch us. And we'd love to hear from you, so email us at contact@laughsmartly.com. Thank you again for listening.